So I have my thoughts on why the black community is going so hard for Carmelo Anthony. But before I give y'all those thoughts, let's check out this clip.
The 17-year-old accused of fatally stabbing a Texas student athlete during a track meet allegedly admitted to the crime. Now, he also asked officers if his actions could be considered self-defense. That is according to a newly released arrest report. On Wednesday morning, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, a junior at Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas, was killed at a track meet. Police said a student from Centennial High School in Frisco, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, stabbed Metcalf in the chest during a fight. Anthony.
That is a crime. If no lethal force came from the other side, it was just a one-on-one duel. You can't just stab somebody, especially kill somebody. But let's let the video continue.
He was arrested, now charged with first-degree murder, and is being held in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. Our Fox 4 Dallas team has been covering all of the information here. Alex Boyer has the latest.
In that 7-page arrest warrant affidavit, several witnesses, including Metcalf's twin brother, describe how that deadly encounter went down. It also revealed.
Notice that he says several witnesses.
That the suspect reportedly admitted to a Frisco police officer that he stabbed Metcalf.
My son is gone, and I don't really have words. I've tried to figure out what I was going to say, but he's just going to be so missed.
The pain is still raw for the Metcalf family after 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was killed on Wednesday morning at a UIL District 11-5A track meet in Frisco.
Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, because I played sports throughout high school, you have tents, right? It depends on what school you go to, but a lot of high schools have tents for home teams and away teams. That is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like if you got like pride in your school and pride as an athlete, you don't want people from the opposing team sitting in your tent. That is a form of disrespect and trolling. Any athlete knows that, or anybody that's been surrounded by sports their entire life, they know that you do not go on the other team's side. That's just like an unwritten rule. We know that, but of course y'all are going to play stupid because y'all want to spread a narrative, but let me let the video go, man.
That dude was extremely smart, always in the box. He just came to him real easy and just him playing football as well just made him just a great person overall.
Here's what happened according to witnesses and the police report. Metcalf got into an argument with the suspect, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, over a seating dispute in the bleachers. Metcalf told Anthony he needed to move from under the team's tent.
He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing. And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent. This is because they have personal items there.
Anthony opened his bag and reached inside and said to Metcalf, "Touch me and see what happens." Metcalf reportedly grabbed Anthony and told him to move.
He knew he wasn't supposed to be there. He was just a tragedy what happened.
That's when Anthony pulled out a black knife and stabbed Metcalf in the chest once before running away. When Anthony was taken into custody by a Frisco police officer, Anthony reportedly confessed to the crime, saying, "He put his hands on me. I told him not to," adding that, "I was protecting myself," and then asked the police officer, "Is he going to be okay?" Metcalf died in his brother's arms.
I'm not at that point to forgive and forget, but eventually I will. But I pray for his family. I pray that they understand what we're going through as well.
This whole community has really wrapped their arms around us. And if I could say anything to the nation, I would say to make sure that you just hug your babies tight. Because you don't know when the last time you get to do it.
In a statement released by the Metcalf family this afternoon, they say their focus is now on laying Austin to rest. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Anthony remains in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond.
And there's a reason behind that $1 million bond. You cannot bring weapons into a setting like that. That is illegal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the law is the law. I know some of y'all gonna get mad. I don't give a shit. The law is the law. He shouldn't have had that knife to begin with.
Alex Boyer, Fox 4 News.
Alex, thank you so much. Now, our Fox 4 Dallas team, as I mentioned, has been covering all of this from the get-go. They had a one-on-one conversation with Austin's father.
Well, it started with a call from his football coach who was not at the track meet and said, I think Austin has been stabbed. And I said, where at? And he said, Kukendall Stadium. I said, I'm on my way. So I drove up there, went through a load of police officers, and was able to see my son on the gurney with a huge hole and blood all over him. And they were pumping him. He wasn't breathing, and his eyes would roll back in his head.
Wow.
So I had to find his brother. They're twins. And so I found Hunter and tried to get him under control as best we could. And then I loaded him up in my car and we drove to the hospital as quickly as possible. And we waited. And when the doctors came in and said that he didn't make it, it was tough. My son took it extremely hard. Mm-hmm. I'm still in shock, to be honest. I mean, I'm numb. So it really hasn't hit me. And I don't believe any parent should ever have to bury their child. And I pray that, maybe there's changes made as far as security or things like that. And maybe we can learn from this and try to turn a tragedy into something positive to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else's child. I don't want parents to feel like I feel today. So I've already forgiven the person who stabbed him. God's going to take care of everything. God's taking care of my son. I kissed him. When I kissed him goodbye for the last time, I told him it's not goodbye. It's see you later. So I just have to trust in God and my faith to pull us through. I don't understand his plan. We're all subject to trial and tribulations. God didn't say life was going to be fair or wasn't going to be hard, but he said he'll always be beside you and never leave your side. So we're going to lean deep into our faith. There's a vigil tonight at our church at 7:00. I will be attending also. The outpouring of students and coaches and friends and family that showed up at the hospital immediately. It was just shows the way my son touched people's lives. He was voted team MVP of the football team this year. He carried a 4.0. He was on National Honor Society. He's ranked in the top 50 of the state in his position. He's having D1 colleges contact him. He had a great life ahead of him.
Wow.
And to be taken away, it's such a tragedy. I mean, I can't even tell you how I feel because I don't know how I feel. I feel numb at the moment. Yeah. I just hope that this doesn't happen to any other parent and their child. But I do hope for justice.
All right. So enough of that, right? So now we're going to get to my thoughts. And we're going to keep it brutally honest. The main reason why black folks are supporting Karmelo Anthony is because they don't like white people. That's simply what it is. I've been getting flack all day on Facebook. Let me adjust my camera. Because people are getting mad at me for saying that Karmelo Anthony should not have did what he did. Everybody coming at me, only black folks, they're coming at me saying that, hey, you're a coon, the same shit. I'm a sellout, Uncle Tom. But logically speaking, this is a murder. This is illegal. You can't do this. That was a one-on-one altercation. Austin did not have any lethal force. It was just him. That should have been settled in an old school fight. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that, my community does not want to admit how racist they really are. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody, but for the people that are supporting Karmelo Anthony, they just don't like white folks. But they will never publicly say that because they got, white friends, white co-workers, white employers. So they're not going to say that publicly, right? But this is a situation where it's like, show me you're racist without showing me you're racist. Now I want to show y'all a pic that they're using for Austin Metcalf just to spread the narrative that he's a violent person. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to see if I could Google it, right? Here we go. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get my screen. All right. Look right here. This is a black woman, by the way. I'm not arguing with you people today. You can look at these thugs and see what time they're on. Austin Metcalf is not the innocent kid y'all trying to make him out to be. Hell, even his parents don't seem to mind that he is gone. Go argue with them. That's just crazy. This is clearly a hunting picture. They are going hunting. One thing about white folks, especially in the South, they love to go hunting. You even see the headphones, the hunting earphones or whatever. I don't hunt, so I don't know everything about it, but I know a hunter when I see one. Look at the camouflage. So you're right. They're just some thugs gonna go gangbang and go try to hunt innocent black men, right? Asinine. Completely insane. So that is the picture that black folks are spreading to try to show, look, Austin Metcalf was a thug and he was racist and all this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all are fucking crazy. Sorry, YouTube. I did not want to use that word, but I had to. Really? A hunting picture. A hunting picture. Now, let me show y'all the other picture of Karmelo Anthony, right? The one where he has an alleged fake gun. Here we go. Let me see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second. Y'all work with me. All right. That's what I'm looking for right here. Let me fix my screen. I don't know if y'all can see that too well, but there he is right there. Look like a YN to me. Don't they call it YN these days? Yep. I tried to pull up a clearer version of this picture. I guess it's not letting me do it. I ain't got my shit right. But yeah, like, come on. Clear difference. Clear difference. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I already told y'all the main reason why black folks are defending Karmelo Anthony is because of racism. That's all it is. There's really no other logical way you could defend that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's on trial right now. Well, not right now, but he let me see. He's raising a GoFundMe for $100,000 so he can make bail. He's already at $73,000. That's neither here or there. People are donating their money. It is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think. It's your boy TJ the Realist. More updates coming soon. This is some crazy shit, man. Condolences to Austin's family. Shout out to the father, man. The father, that was a touching interview. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Crazy situation, but at the end of the day, we gotta call it what it is, man. That was a murder, period. So new videos coming soon, man.